Hi, Bobcat fans. We're here, center court, with head coach Rusty Walker. This segment sponsored by Roof Masters and Bubba's 33 in Longview, Texas. Coach Walker, it's amazing because we're already here in basketball season, right. And it seems just the other day we were sitting down getting ready for the playoffs. Does the school year just fly by for you, Coach? Or
it does. You just have to keep it moving, and we've been preparing for a long time for the season. So to us, it seems like it took forever, but to everybody else, it seems like, wow, I can't believe y'all have already played 2 games. So it just depends on your perspective.
Let's talk about those 2 games. Last time you played, y'all played well. What did you see good that you need to work on?
We were very
good,
slow.
And then what do you need to work on?
We were very slow starting last night, and we've got to have better starts. And once we kind of settled down, we stabilized, and we got it to halftime, and then came back after half, and really were pretty dominant. And but that was problematic to start the game. So we got to start better.
Well, but sometimes whenever you start slow, it puts pressure on the kids to step up another level. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You've got a lot of theories. Those aren't necessarily my theories. I want to start quick and keep it moving and put the pressure on from the jump. And hopefully this group will get that. And but to their credit, both of our games, we saw a lot of good things, and we're defending very well right now, and we want to see some improvement in some areas. Turnovers have been a little high. We need to do some things different on that, but a lot of good areas.
So you think defense right now is ahead of the
curve? Our
curve?
Defense is ahead of our offense right now.
Is that normal for us?
A lot of times it is early in the season, and we know that we've got good offensive players, so that's gonna get better. A lot of it is just our timing with each other, our cohesiveness with each other, moving the ball a little better, that kind of thing, and a lot of that's just instincts and being together and seeing what you need to do. And we're fortunate to have some good players, and I have every thought that we're gonna get that part better.
Coach, how long have you been coaching basketball now?
I've been coaching basketball since 1993. You're trying to date me. You're trying to get me real old, let everybody know how old I am.
I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you talk to Guy and talk about, somewhat what y'all's identity is. And I always wonder, coaching in the short period that you have, Coach Walker, since 93, is this team remind you of any of your previous teams? Do you feel like you're coming to an identity? I mean, how does that work out for someone who's coached as long as you have coached?
I have a lot of joy in seeing how people improve over time. And so I really like our team. As Anthony was mentioning a minute ago, we got a lot of new faces. But those new faces to the public aren't really new to us at this point because we've been working with this group since the spring. So we've seen a tremendous amount of improvement with everybody since then. And so, we've got a long way to go to get where we want to be. But that's the enjoyment part for me, is just watching it develop, watching guys really take on new roles, and then, buy into that and get better at their role. We want everybody to be a star in their role. You've probably heard somebody say that before, but that's a big deal on what we're trying to do. So, does it remind me of another team? Not necessarily. I think every team's different, but what we try to have a brand of, if we want to get into that, we want to play really, really hard every single night, and then we want to share the ball. And so we feel like if we do that, we combine those things, all the things that go into playing hard in the game of basketball, and then we share the ball, we're unselfish with it, we're going to have a lot of success. So that's what I'm seeing right now.
Do you, as a coach, and you actually went right into what my next question is, talking about identity and sharing the ball. I always wondered, a football coach try to get his best players to football. A baseball coach sets his lineup to get his best players. Is your system set up to where anybody can be the star that day? Do you try to get your best players the ball? How does that work out?
Let's be clear right now. Basketball is not an equal opportunity shooting proposition.
Right.
Okay? A lot of people think it is. You have to work with kids and get them to do what they do best. Okay? And everybody doesn't do the same things the best.
Right.
Everybody does different things, and so every year it's like making a new recipe. You have to figure out how you're going to get the ball in the places you need to get the ball to the right people, and how you're going to get everybody to buy into that. And then, certain things everybody should do. Everybody should take charges. Everybody should hustle. Everybody should go to the offensive rebounds. Everybody should, take pride in their defense. Everybody should share the ball. Everybody should work to be a good teammate. But everybody's not good at the same things. And so that's where the teamwork comes in. That's where the building of a team comes in, is figuring out just what those areas are. And
Right.
that's why you got to get to know your players. Your players got to get to know each other. You got to have good relationships, because some of those conversations are hard. Everybody wants to score.
Right.
Everybody wants to shoot the ball. But everybody doesn't need to shoot it the same amount of times.
How do you get Dennis Rodman to understand he's a rebounder and not a shooter?
Well, you constantly brag on the things you want to be good at. That you see certain things in certain people, so you pull them aside, you brag on them in front of the group, you really show them on film. You're like, this is what you're good at, and pretty soon people buy into that.
So as a coach, is it hard for you to change? Like, I know one year you have a large team.
Yeah.
The next year you have a smaller team, and you go to a faster gear. Is that hard for you as a coach to change gears?
I think one of the things that people have to remember about coaching is you have to have a system that's flexible at the high school level, because you can't go get players from everywhere like the pros can or the colleges can. So whatever you design, the style of play and how you're going to do it, there has to be some flexibility there, because players are going to come and go.
Right,
and
right.
You have to keep it moving with what you have, and so your system has to be based on player development, skill development, and then you have to, again, play really, really hard with great effort and great passion, and guys can overachieve. Guys can do more than they think they can.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us Friday night, home against Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
It'll be on the air with us. We
Awesome.
appreciate you coming in. Guys, we will see y'all next time.